Many times already we looked at the price and at the TA and a lot of the fundamentals and some blockchain data and many things, and pretty much everything is indicating that we are already bottomed out. So now I would like to show you some more interesting data about that, and it's unique again because of the fact that Bitcoin transactions are based on the blockchain, and you can track all the transactions back to its initial state, the first transaction, and you can extract a lot of the interesting information from that data. And there is such thing as called hodl waves from Unchain Capital, and basically what they do is that they calculate the age of the UTXO unspent transactions outputs of every Bitcoin, which basically represents the Bitcoin with when it is at a certain address. Like when you have your Bitcoin, you basically have your UTXO, and you can calculate the time when every Bitcoin stays at the same address, so the age of all the UTXOs of the blockchain. Guys from Unchain Capital, they did that. Basically what they found that if you plot this is black one is the price, and this colored areas are the areas which represent the percentage of different age of UTXOs along in the blockchain. So like this red warm colors are very short time frames, so basically like 1 day to 1 week, and it means that this is the amount of Bitcoins which is moving very fast from one address to another address. Like blue or green are those which are kept on the same addresses for a very long time. For like this blue is 5 years, more than 5 years, 5 years is this area, and so on. So you can see there are some patterns, right, and very easily traceable dependencies. So basically what they found is that you can draw this sort of lines, which they called waves. This basically follows the general price action when we had the max price and then the bottom after that, during the correction period. And it makes a perfect sense because with the decrease of the price, you would expect that the weak hands will sell their Bitcoins, and that those Bitcoins will go to hodlers, to people who believe in technology, believe that Bitcoin will cost much more eventually, and they hold, they just keep this on cold storage, they put this cold storage at the safe or something, whatever, at the bank. That's it. And this is how the money flow happens. So basically from people who don't have much to people who have a lot, because you see those are the same people because they don't change the wallet address, the address of Bitcoin they own. And basically what you can notice is that it's very nice pattern for the bottom, which sort of indicates the area where everybody are fearful, and basically every part of these small time frames areas, they decrease in percentage. So you see, for example, this yellow line, yellow area 26, 20, 15, 12, etc. And then it starts to grow a little bit actually. And the same with the lower ones and so on. The only ones which are growing are the long time frame holders. This blue one is constantly increasing with time, and now it is like 20%. It means that the addresses which don't change their owners, well, basically the Bitcoins which don't change the addresses, but it's sometimes, well, almost always the same thing, is like 20% of the overall capital, right? And the same, pretty much the same is with the Bitcoin addresses which are in between 3 and 5 years, and those are also growing, and actually it grew a lot at this area. It shrinked pretty much because of this was the time when, well, a lot of the regular people bought Bitcoin, but then they sort of, first of course they sold at the gain, but then they start to getting scared because of the bear market, and then eventually sold. So at some point it was something like 20%, and now it is 6.8% or 6.8%. And basically it means that all this money went here, or the area at this point where the same smart money started to buy those Bitcoins from people who can't hold. And the same is happening with many other time frames. But another point to mention is that you see we can track and sort of define the bottoming by these waves. Of course, this is not that representative, but this area is very, very clear. So you can see the decrease in the percentage of holders here, for example, and here you see this plateau, and here we have even some bump because of the different distribution. But anyway, the point is those two are very, very clear. So here you have the decrease and some bottoming. Here you have the decrease, and in principle you would expect, if you'll just follow this line, it will go something like this. The same with other things. You can see the bumps here, but this is basically because of the redistribution, and some of the other percentage, some other time frames had higher percentage, basically this one and also this one. But the point is, this orange is pretty much the same as yellow, and here it also flattening out. So, and this, it was flattening out already at the bottom. After that it decreased a little more and then start to rise just after, already after the bottom, already on the way to the upside. So the bottom was somewhere at the middle, almost at the middle of this drop. Here we dropped a lot, I would say. So I would argue that we are probably at the same point, and the bottom was somewhere around here. So if you will plot in a different manner, then you will see that we are flattening out this line as well. And again, this is when we have the most redistribution of the coins from the weak hands to the whales, or whatever you call them. But basically, guys, think twice when you decide to sell your Bitcoin expecting that the price will go lower or something. Of course, not a financial advice, but this is again another piece of the puzzle which I think fits the whole picture, overall picture, very, very well. And again, everything is saying that we are already at the sort of accumulation zone like this, and it's the perfect time to collect your coins to have great profits in future. That is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again. Safe trading and goodbye.